Could you please start off by stating your name and classification?
My name is Lindsey Trowell. I am a junior finance major here at Arkansas State University.
Could you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you dealt with?
My journey with mental health and self-care began when I was about 8 years old. I used to have different attacks, so my sister used to take stuff out of my room or move stuff around, just simple stuff like a dance costume being moved from one side of my closet to another. And just simple stuff like that would trigger me to go into different just panic fits, which I didn't know they were panic fits at the time, but just crying, screaming, and not being able to calm myself down until something caused me to calm down. For example, hitting a wall, something traumatic happening to cause me to slow down or calm down. My mom used to try and calm me down. It never worked. And I didn't realize what any of this was when I was younger. My mom just thought I was just a dramatic child, which when I got further into high school, my panic attacks, as they were called, began coming more often and more frequent and also on a larger scale. And they would always be triggered by little stuff, so messing up on a speech or stuff being misplaced in my room was the biggest thing. Finally, I went and talked to a psychiatrist, and I was diagnosed with severe anxiety that was just triggered by different small events throughout my life. Carrying on to currently in college, my diagnosis was changed to seasonal depressive disorder, which pretty much is during the wintertime I get depressed just based on the darkness of it being cloudy and just not having a lot of natural sunlight, which is why I always do worse like fall semester versus spring semester and things like that.
Okay. What are different ways mental health can influence your life?
I think the biggest thing to remember about mental health is it is mental health, but there's also a lot of different factors that play into mental health. There is your mental health, but there's also your physical health that plays into it. So do you feel comfortable in your own body? This plays back into mental health, but it's also on how you're taking care of yourself. So are you feeding yourself with enough nutrients and things, or are you eating junk food all the time? Are you taking care of your emotional self? So can you acknowledge and identify your feelings? Are you aware of how you numb out these feelings? Your physical self-care can also be your surroundings. So are you going home to a messy room? Okay, are you around different aromas? And also your interpersonal self-care, so how you interact with others. Do you feel like you have a good support group? And all of these things can influence how your mental health.
Okay, and what are some tips you would give to a person dealing with mental health?
I would say definitely ask for help when you need it. And even if you can't get help from like your friends or your parents, they can definitely point you in the right direction to find resources for that. Are you eating healthy? So, food plays a very big part in how your body reacts and how well you're going to react mentally and emotionally to things. A lot of people have heard of the term hangry, which can be a real thing. Give yourself positive affirmations. Remind yourself why you're blessed every day. There's always more reasons to be blessed than stressed, but we tend to focus on the negatives in our life. We always tend to focus on the bad thing that happened during the day and not the great things.
Oh, okay. And why did you decide to join Behind the Smile?
I decided to join Behind the Smile because it gave an outlet to expressing my desire and influence in mental health. And being able to advocate for other people who don't have the same resources or being as open about mental health as I am.